Hey, Get Fox here. Today I'm going to try to explain to you what play rec, zone coverage, and awareness means on defense in Madden. Alright, there are 5 parts of pass defense. Where the player positions himself and how he reacts to receivers coming through his zone, how a player reacts to a ball when it leaves the quarterback's hand, and if you get fooled on play action, if you get fooled on screen plays, and if the defender is able to knock the ball out of the offender's hands or intercept it. Alright, first up is watching a defender position himself against wide receivers running through his zone. Alright, so here he goes. We're following this guy. He's got 99 play rec, awareness, and zone coverage. And you see he kind of goes back. Watch the same player on the screen that I had highlighted last time. He goes back and then over, then back again to follow the other guy coming through his zone. Okay, here's one guy with 1 awareness, but 99 play rec and 99 zone. Watch him do the same thing. Go straight back to follow the second route. All right, so they played very similar with no awareness. All right, here's 1 play rec, 99 awareness, and 99 zone. Watch that same player at that same position move. See how he kind of moves the exact same, moves right back to it, reacts to guys coming through the zone very similarly. All right, go again with this guy. And straight back, again, straight back. So they don't position themselves differently. Here's it in 16. This is Antoine Blake, one of them that had 99s in awareness, play rec, and zone coverage, and he is the one highlighted, being computer controlled right here. Watch him as he, rides the streak up to the corner. Let's watch it in slow motion next time. He rides the streak up, takes the corner route, and then falls back to the post route before coming back over for that corner guy before the quarterback gets sacked. So that's what we're looking for out of our defensive backs. That guy's doing 99, playing his zone perfectly. So here we go, on to the first test subject, and that is William Gay. He has 99 awareness, but 0 for play rec in zone. So watch him in comparison to our control, Antoine Blake last time. Watch his awareness. He doesn't follow anybody. He just kind of sits there like a turd. So unlike Madden 16, Madden 17, all the zones play the same. So that leads us to the conclusion that no matter what ratings your players have, they'll play zone coverages the same, which I guess makes sense because I've heard of how great zone coverage is in Madden 17 and how well they did the zone. So basically, 99 zone coverage, 0 zone coverage, you'll be in the same location. All right, let's move on to play action. How are you going to get fooled on play action here? All right, now we're switching sides. Right here, this guy has 1 play rec, 99 awareness, and 1 zone. Watch how he bites on and then goes back to that over-the-top route. All right, so we got to figure out what attributes making him bite. Here's 99 zone, still biting on it, and this was pretty easy to figure out. 99 play rec, 1 awareness, 1 zone, and we'll watch what this guy does. All right, so he doesn't bite at all. He follows the guy up and plays his zone perfectly. All right, so play rec determines whether a guy breaks on play action. All right, breaking on a thrown ball. Now, interesting enough, in 16, this was based on play recognition, how fast they broke on a ball. All right, did you see that one? I'm going to go through it again. Watch, it comes almost out of his hand, just a little bit out of his hand, and he breaks on it right away with the 99s across the board, play rec, awareness, zone coverage. So that's what we're looking for, like 3 yards out of his hands, and he breaks. All right, now here it is 1-1-1, so this is our control. As we get to look into it closer, it's about 7 yards. I'll get to a better look here in a second. All right, here's a better look at it. Let's throw it, and right there, we're watching for that first leg to go up for him to react to the ball. Right about there. So about 7 yards once it's out of Cam Newton's hands as the safety breaks on it. So those were with all 1s. Now let's watch the same thing with 99s across the board, how quickly he breaks out of it. Watch that leg lift for him to break on the ball. All right, back it up a little bit. Let's look at the safety. Look at his leg up now. See how quicker that is out of the hands of the quarterback? So that's about 4 yards difference on a deep pass. I mean, that's significant. So now we got to determine which of those attributes it is that determines that. All right, let's move on. First test. All right, so we're going to do 99 play rec, the thing that we saw in 16, what determined a defender breaking on a ball. Now, what's this? Look how far that ball's thrown. He's just barely breaking. That's different than we saw in 16. The play rec doesn't seem to be the determining factor for when a guy breaks on a ball. How crazy is that? So that was something that confounded us. We're like, oh, wow, mechanics have changed. Zone coverage has changed. 16 to 17 is something they bragged about. So we did this test a lot. There's a lot of things I'm not showing you. I don't want to show you the many hours of footage I recorded. Trying to get it down to a basic sense. But so that's not it. Let's check awareness. Maybe awareness means something on defense this year. And let's throw it. No. Okay. Still about 7 yards out of his hand before the defender finally breaks on it. That isolates one variable. We're still looking at it. Yeah, it's still quite a bit of distance before that one leg lifts up on that awareness right there. That leg lifts up and he breaks on it. Let's move on to the next attribute. And here it is, 99 zone, 1 awareness, 1 play rec. Now watch the ball come out of his hand. Oh, geez, that was a quick break. Zone coverage. So that's right out of the hands, and he's lifting that leg up to break on the ball. So zone coverage determines how fast the defender breaks on a ball in Madden 17. Great. Let's move on to the next test. All right, here we are with defensive tackle play recognition / awareness and zone coverage against the screen. We're going to determine what play rec or awareness does to determine a screen. This guy's got all of them. And as you see, he drops back. It's kind of a funky screen because he drops back instead of chases it. So I learned that it was a funky screen after trying a couple other different screens, that it kind of messes up the defensive tackle AI there. On this specific screen, there's maybe other ones out there. I haven't really noticed. But what's weird about this is he didn't always chase the screen. Sometimes he actually chased after, even with the 99s across the board. Sometimes he chased after the quarterback, kind of like that. You see how this defensive tackle with 1 play rec, 1 awareness, and 1 zone didn't chase after the running back. He actually kept going. And because it's kind of more of a counting thing and everything, I'm just going to say, instead of showing you all the different ones, it was the play rec that determined defensive tackle screens. Even though, it wasn't 100%, and let me say that again. So if you have 99 play rec and you chase after a screen, your defensive tackle still might chase after the quarterback instead of the running back, depending, I'm guessing, like if he can get there, or if he thinks that or not. But let's move on to the next one. And this one is whether the defender is able to knock the ball from the offender's hands while the ball is in the air, or will let the wide receiver catch it. So I went through and tested this against all the different cornerbacks that I had, the perfect guy, the worst guy, the 99 zone, etc. But let me tell you right here, it is the zone coverage stat that determines the knockout chance on this X button versus the aggressive catch. I didn't do it on the offensive side, determine, whether Jordy's spec catch or what got him those catches versus the SWAT. But it is zone coverage, not play rec. When 99 play rec or 99 aware was there in 0 zone, they gave up every single pass except for 1 or 2 out of many total. All right, so in summation, let's go through the first test, where a player positions himself on the field and how he reacts to receivers coming through his zone. No stats have an effect on that I was able to see out of zone coverage, play rec, and awareness, unlike in 16 where zone coverage did have an effect on how a player played his zone. But I did notice that defenders know when they should pass a guy off to the next zone or not. So when I changed the zone on the outside CB, the inside CB followed the C route instead of passing it off to the next zone. So that is something the zones know and are aware of the zones around them. And that didn't matter with what their stats were, like I said before. All right, so how the player reacts to the ball when it leaves the quarterback's hand, that is zone coverage that determines how quickly a guy snaps to a pass being thrown. Play action and screen passes are being recognized by defensive tackles. So that's all determined by play rec. Play action, run versus pass, play rec. And if the defender is able to knock the ball from the offender's hands or intercept it, that is zone coverage. Awareness, I still haven't been able to find anything for it again this year on defense. If you can, and I'm able to verify it through my own testing, if you can get me some video evidence of it, I'll give you 100,000 coins on the spot. All right, thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.